That's how the people being controlled nowadays. It's through the emotions.
We cannot work success-oriented when we're caught up in our feelings.
We are programmed to be attracted to toxic men, toxic women, toxic behaviors, because that's really the reason why the majority of people is not able to go on to the next level, to level up, because
Peace, love, and power to the people. Welcome to another episode from the Young Elders. King
Hello.
Conscious, welcome.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. And also me, his other whole Lissomaniac.
Thank you for being here,
AKA
Queen.
Jesus Mom.
I just said to her that she just looked holy, man.
Thank you.
I just looked at her and I'm like, okay, that's a holy one. She's like, yeah, don't you know who I am?
Yeah, like...
But that's the thing. Some people look holy and they are not holy. And some people are holy, but they don't look holy. And some people are both.
Yeah, it's really... I mean, it depends on if you can read energy or not to detect a pretender. But what I think makes someone a true holy one is the embodiment of holiness. So
yes, everybody.
Everybody can embody that, no matter what you wear, actually.
Yes. It doesn't matter if you can read energy or not. Like, when people meet or get in contact with holy ones, they realize it.
It is felt.
Their subconscious realize it. Yeah, it is felt, definitely.
Collectively, even, I would say.
The energy goes deep.
Yes. And it's very, it's a deep contrast to a lot of people's energies these days. Because so many people are on their devilish shit. Like, we're going to talk about that today. So I think it's not that hard to stand out these days by being holy. And that basically means just standing on your authentic truth.
I think holy is the new cool, you know? Because back in the days, I think everyone was just holy or tried to be holy, and there were like some people who...
What is holy though?
Holy, I mean just embodying light, you know, but in many terms. Some people embodied light by dressing differently. Some people embodied light by being more light in the sense of energy and high level. And yeah, like back in the days, I think it was different.
You know what I think was different? In the context of holiness, I think what also makes holiness holy is the purity.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we used to have a lot more purity going on by having pure connections with people, and also devilish activities not being as accepted and promoted yet, like in today's society. So when I say holy and devilish, it may sound like it, but I'm really not referring to any religion. It's more of like a light and dark thing, like the two contrasting things. And what's interesting is we all move between these contrasts. It is black and white, but black and white is actually nuanced still, just like light and dark. So before anybody wants to say we're judging or saying we're so holy and shit, I know damn well I'm holy, but the devil is active within me sometimes too. Like, I just gotta see those desires, those urges, my ego as the dragon that I gotta tame, like, but it still is a part of me. Like, I don't reject my darkness at all, so nobody can tell me shit when they're saying, yeah, you think you're so holy. Yes, I do. And I know you're too. Like, aspects of you are holy too. But yeah, let's get into that. King Conscious.
I just had this thought, like, it is also like what Ye said. So
I am a god. Everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A god. I just told you. That's who I think I am.
I am a god. People were defended. People were defended with that statement.
Triggered.
And it's just so funny because this system or the society, like it only thinks in terms of black and white. Like literally, there's only this or this side. There's no in between. Like when you say you're holy, that means you're all the time holy, 24/7. Like there's no day, no second, no millisecond where you're not holy. And that's the thing.
That's why I said it's nuanced. It exists both, but so much exists in between.
It's so funny because
and you can be all of it.
Yes, exactly. We're all of it. Everyone is everything. Everyone can be holy as
heaven.
What is the name of the mother from Jesus?
Mary.
Holy as Holy Mary.
Lizzie. Her sister Elizabeth. Me.
Elizabeth's her sister?
Yeah.
Ah, I didn't know. I still have to read the Bible.
Yeah. One day you'll do. And it doesn't matter for today. Just know I'm the original.
Yeah, but when I think about the society, because like you said, people often too quickly judge, you know. They judge because of things they don't understand or they don't feel or just don't resonate with instead of trying to understand it. And if we just approach things differently, well, stop reflecting all the time, you know, and stop projecting.
Yeah, projecting is definitely
projecting is the right word.
Because reflecting is definitely
yeah, reflecting is something we have to do.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely have to.
Because too often we project our world onto everything else and everybody else, you know?
It's a protection mechanism.
It's
absolutely.
Definitely, but when it gets overprotective, you know, when it gets overprotective and start to taking control over you, that's just a different world.
That's the human error we have. That's really when it takes control of you. That's what you're referring to the dragon I just talked about that I gotta tame. So I notice, I accept it's there, it exists within me, but I don't let it take control over me because I tame it. I'm in control of it. So sometimes I might be judging people. I will confess that right now. But too often, right afterwards, I'll be like, yo, I was really heavy judging right now. And that was super unnecessary. And that's the reflection part, you know? Just being aware of those sides of me, but not letting them take control over me and defend myself. Like, yeah, but like I had the reason to, like everybody does it. You know what the ego says when it has control over you.
Do you know back in the days when we had like these old computers, like Windows 2000 or Windows 7 or Windows Vista or whatever? Back in the days, I don't even know if that exists anymore. Back in the days, we always had to buy those antivirus softwares.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. I think that was like not real. Do you think they truly work? Like
they worked because there were like Trojans and stuff. I don't know.
But like, why don't I have this program for my MacBook these days?
MacBook always had been. MacBook had this hardware and software. I think that it's unable to hack.
It's unhackable.
Yeah, I don't know what was the programming, but there was something about it. Like people write it in the comments what it's about, but Apple is not non-hackable. That's why
I just remember my mom telling me, "Yeah, you gotta activate the antivirus program so we don't get no viruses when you're surfing, playing games
back in the days, we had LimeWire, we had like downloading YouTube converters and stuff. Like the viruses was coming in, man. Like that's crazy. But the thing why I mentioned this antivirus program is because if we would realize that we also are running on a software, everyone is running on a program. Either you run on the program that liberate yourself.
Metaphorically speaking.
Exactly. Either like we are hardware running on a specific software and just experiencing the software. Like we are the AI,
You
we are the
mean
NI of nature, the natural intelligence.
you mean like we all have a hard drive?
Yes, hard drive and software. Like the baby is also running on a program, because often these days when we're talking about reprogramming and decoding and just running or downloading stuff, like we're talking about this in terms that are very similar to the terms of a computer.
Can you give an example?
When we say we download stuff on a computer, you download stuff. You download, for example, information, download
Yeah.
music, you download a photo, whatever.
Programs.
And when we are talking, we make an examples of downloading ideas from the Akashic records, the universe, whatever. We say that we download ideas and just visions or whatever
From the World Wide Web, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. It's like the
Yeah.
World Wide Web, some kind of. Yeah, you download from internet. Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
When we say we just downloaded an idea, we streamed from source that is literally like being the Wi-Fi. Like you just go on Google and you research something from the web, the World Wide Web, except the World Wide Web is beyond this planet, basically.
Exactly. And the thing is, every programming has a purpose, Every program has a purpose. If you think in purpose of duality, there's like only to live or to die, for example. And since when we come to this planet as babies, we're already running on a program, We're running on a program, and that program says, when I'm hungry, I start to cry. When I feel neglected, I start to cry. When I think something is joyful, or when I feel joyful, I laugh. Like the baby doesn't think about it, it's just express all of that which is in the programming.
Yeah, but they are expressing needs.
Yes. And these
So-
needs are also programmed in the
Yeah.
programming. Like, everything is programmed already. Because this programming of nature is designed to keep us alive, to keep us
I understand
protected,
now.
alive, nurtured, took care of. Like that's the programming. And if something is threatened, if something is too painful, so the being is being endangered, that eventually it could die. Because if we feel emotionally neglected, it can get so deep you literally die,
Yeah.
And also the food, you need food, and food is connected
Nutrition.
with the maternal with the maternal emotions and love and stuff from your mother and stuff. So
It's all very primal. We
Exactly.
have these primal
Exactly.
programs that are within every single one of us programmed, no
Exactly.
matter where we are born, how we are born, what we are destined to do in this life.
Exactly. And that is deep. I think maybe it's in the reptilian brain, but the reptilian brain is just a very old and deep part of our brain,
The primal brain.
Yes, exactly. Like that's also taken care of
Survival, I think.
survival
Also
and
the
birth,
procreation.
procreation and stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the thing is, there's levels and layers to the shit, so it goes outwards. Then there's coming more programming into us, and the programming
Additionally.
is exactly. And this
Yeah.
program is always based on keeping us alive. And the system knows that, like the system, the matrix, the universe, however you like to call it, knows that if you program someone.
You can program basically everyone into whatever you want to program them into. It's really fucking crazy when you think about it, how many different realities exist on this planet alone because of the programming, the different programmings that we have all gone through. So basically, next to the primal programming that is equal within all of us, the additional programming once you're born that comes is different for every single one.
It depends on the environment. It's completely dependent on the
Yeah.
environment. And I read in a book, the environment doesn't start when you're born. The environment starts as
In
soon
the
as
womb.
as soon as you're able to experience environment. That is in the womb. Like when you're conceived, when you're having sex and you're getting pregnant, the environment starts there. That's why it's so important. to take care of
It
them.
starts as the egg, the fertilized egg.
It starts even before, like, because of
consciousness.
And also the genes and stuff. But that's why we're soaking in everything and giving it back to the baby we were born or whatever, because we are getting something from the environment, and that is that is being programmed into us. And this programming also has layers, So there you see that we all are programmed not from this life, but from many other lifetimes, through our parents, to our forefathers, to our
so many lifetimes,
and also current lives, So we are basically all either we are victims of our programming, or we use our programming to our advantage and reprogram ourselves. Because if I know that, I don't have an antivirus in my head, man, and there could be literally anything, so-called
I
demon.
gotta be the antivirus.
Yes, we have to be the antivirus of our life,
Wow.
And that's
tough.
that's extremely tough, man. Like, to always be the police, so-called police, for yourself, or the protector for yourself, for your human mind.
Sovereignty is extremely hard. That's why most people don't choose it. Like, it's scientifically proven that like only 30% of humans have the innate need to be in sovereignty, like to be the ruler of their own reality, as they should, which I think. So we're definitely under those 30%, in case you haven't noticed already.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine that all the people are just being tricked, They're just tricked and programmed to not work for themselves, not believe in themselves, to not take care of themselves, not really love themselves. Like, there are so many detrimental programmings that we have within us that we have to declutter and detach and just release from us, to realize that, I'm holy. I'm holy, and I'm everything.
Everyone is holy. Like, every single path is divine. What I think is so interesting is that consciousness that we all carry, we are consciousness that wants to experience itself. And consciousness wants to experience as many different levels and programs as possible in this universe. It starts as the fertilized egg. That is consciousness. We just can't remember that consciousness. We don't remember how we were saying, like, okay, wow, I'm an egg now. I just got fertilized and I'm about to become a human and jump out of this vagina and into this family. Like, we just don't remember, but that happened. And it's all part of consciousness wanting to experience itself. And that's why I think it's so important not to judge any path. It's because any path, no matter if we judge it as good or bad, is consciousness wanting to experience itself. Consciousness wants to experience itself through Britney Spears, Vladimir Putin, King Conscious, you name it. Like, so many different people that we say those have it better than those. At the end of the day, they are all consciousness wanting to experience itself in different ways through different programs.
Yes. There's a saying. It is like you have 8 billion rivers and they're all flowing back to the same ocean, We all come from the same ocean anyways. And we all will head back to the same ocean anyways once we leave this realm. But still, there's this thing, like, even though nothing makes sense in the end, everything makes sense.
I think everything can be explained.
Yeah, because
just not always in words.
That's the thing, man.
If you get what I'm saying, everything has to have a sense.
Because if you everything has sense, why not having sense? Because when I just think about emotions don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But you sense them, you feel them. They don't have to have a meaning, but the experience itself is its meaning,
Yeah, because that's really what I mean when I say not all of them have words.
Yes.
That's really was the perfect example you gave me. Because even though we cannot explain them with our mind, does not mean they have their perfect sense, meaning, and place in the universe.
We're always trying to understand everything with our mind, with our intellect, and to name everything. It's so funny sometimes that everything has a name, man. What was it the other day? You told me that it's called like this and this, and I was like, why the fuck
Yeah,
does this
just
need a
a bunch
name?
of like,
Everything has a name,
yeah,
And sometimes
scientific names for everything.
so many delusional names,
Yeah.
like just like
Yes, and like to me, I'm really at a point personally where I take in information, but I don't even judge the information. I just observe, and then I see what resonates with my heart, because we got such an overflow on information. So many people said something in his life. We got so many studies that we don't even know which people they were done on. Like, it's like it doesn't mean shit to me sometimes. When someone says study has proven, I'm like, bro, that don't mean shit to me. Like, you got nothing against me because my source is literally source. Like, but that's not for everybody. Like, not everybody is connected to their hearts, unfortunately. So, someone who's trapped in their mind with their ego and their rationality, I'm not gonna have a conversation with them about
I
what
really
it's like to live with an open heart.
I realized that too the other days, when I was stressing myself about reaching my goals and achieving this and blah blah and this and that. And in this life where we're living right now, you go on social media and it's just
That's such a matching sound.
it's
Matches
so
the energy so
much,
well.
it's so many
So
information
fast.
and fast and so vast at a
So
specific moment.
dense.
It's like almost a black hole, so much. It's
Yeah.
like so much weight in such a dense and small form because it's
Yeah.
just a phone, but it's just.
Yes. And the
And
impact is crazy.
I realized that, like, yo,
You're
this
literally
is
like bending and shit because of your phone,
hey,
like getting a BBL and shit.
you don't know what's going on. There's so
You in
much.
the mirror, like showing your ass and bending your, arching your back, like it's giving black hole.
There's so much going on there, and that's the duality that comes with everything, because we have reached a point in society right now where there's so much information that either you will you have the discernment, you have the judgment to pick what you need and apply it to your life and really gain something out of it and become better and improve and just live your best life,
Yeah.
And there's the other side where you just like so
Yeah.
overthrown with information. You're like, yo, I
That
can't deal with
hurts
this. I
my
can't handle this.
heart.
Like, because it's so exhausting,
I've been there.
when you don't have the tools and don't have the help, and sometimes you need help, but it's so much. And I just realized that a lot of people out there, like, also I watched a reel these other days from Sadhguru where he was talking in a talk show, and he was saying that you don't better wonder if in 15 or 100 or 200 years, like, many people are gonna against suicide because they have so much information. They think they know everything or they saw everything, and they don't want to do anything anymore. They don't have this drive, back in the days
They
where,
probably also drained out.
yes, like, imagine you are God, but not in a balanced way, in an unbalanced way. When you're God, you know everything. But the thing
I
in
don't
know
know a god. I don't know an unbalanced god. I don't know how to imagine that.
unbalanced God in terms of, when I say you know everything and you can handle it, you're a so-called balanced God. But imagine, like, you have the knowing of everything, but you can handle it.
Yeah, I would
Because
switch. I would switch god. Imagine like I would maybe switch it into like being the player with the consciousness.
what I just mean is that in society they say God is all-knowing, like this is all-knowing, and when you have so much information that you think you all know, and you don't have this drive anymore to do something, because back
So
then,
you mean like people could reach a feeling of like they feel godlike because they know everything. They think they have seen everything and have reached God state, and then they will feel, obligated to leave this earth by taking suicide or what?
No, not obligated, but it's just like you don't have this drive, because everything that we, for example, are doing, we are doing it because we love the unknown. We may feel like, okay, I want to have a family or whatever one day, but we don't actually know how it is. We want to experience that. And imagine you saw everything in virtual realities and blah blah and this and
Yeah.
this. So you literally experience everything.
Yeah, and the excitement is gone.
It felt real
Yeah.
because when I put on my VR mask, it feels real, but it's not even real. And you just, like, we are living right now. Imagine like what's happening in a couple of 100 years. That's what I'm saying. Because the technology is already very fast, but in a
Oh
couple of
my
100 years,
gosh.
it's going to be crazy. So I thought
We
about
can't
that
even imagine that, how fast it's gonna be.
because for me, I still love this game, People are losing the game. People are like, I have to get 100,000 followers in Instagram in 2 days. Otherwise, this life is no fun anymore. People back then, they did what they did for 10 years to reach 1,000 followers or whatever, like, because they had this drive, They wanted to get better.
Longevity is
Yes.
not.
Everything is fast, 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 fast. So that's what I'm saying. If you don't apply and use the information you have, but still stay in the present moment and enjoy the journey, then you fucked up, I guess.
You fucked up?
Yeah, it's just like life's gonna be very tough when you don't.
If you're not gonna do that.
Yeah, if you're not gonna do it,
okay.
exactly.
Okay, I would like to give you guys some examples on what I've been talking about earlier about the devilish behaviors. So what I'm referring to is basically when you talk about light and dark, it's a spectrum. It's a light spectrum, and light also carries frequencies. So the darker you go, the lower the frequency is gonna be. And there's a whole scale for that, from the lowest frequency, which is shame, to the highest frequency, which is enlightenment. Yeah, which literally includes the word light. So what I'm referring to is really what I talked earlier about, how our culture is really accepting like them devilish frequencies as normal. And that really erased a lot of purity within our culture. The light frequencies, like joy, happiness, being normal things, being happy with your family. Of course, it hasn't been this way for everyone and everywhere, but like what I'm referring to right now is really our culture as a whole. And some examples that I can give is just recently, so many people have been awakening to the videos, the information on the World Wide Web about how some concerts are even obviously held collectively in such low frequencies. Let me show you guys a clip. Let us roll the clip.
I hope y'all brought enough water with y'all. It's about to get real hot. Yeah. Because with this next song, we ready into the shadow realm and into the gates of hell.
Hey, yo, what'd he say?
Yeah!
What'd he say?
So y'all motherfuckers better be ready to sell y'all souls.
Oh, nah, hold on. I think I'm at the wrong concert.
I just need y'all to stand these legs with me.
Hey, yo,
Come on, DJ, spin that shit.
Are you ready to sell your souls? Like, what the fuck was he saying?
Yeah. Well, I don't care. Like, yeah. And then they're like, okay, let's rumble in the jungle. Like, they really jump into the crowd. I've been in those crowds where people literally like bumping into each other on purpose and shit. Like, they just want to fight. Like, best example is like Travis Scott encouraging people to rage. Rage itself is not a bad thing, Rage is like every emotions are to be accepted, and rage is one of them. But it can be to feel rage, to process rage, can be done in a sacred way as well. But that's not sacred what they're doing. It's like the people are basically just connecting over their ignorance to what they're actually consuming right now. And that's really the thing why our culture is getting so toxic, because people are bonding over accepting this culture and not wanting better for them.
That's really the thing, because I just thought about, often I think in the spiritual community also, people sometimes get in these traps, where they think that everything is love and light, and dense emotions and negative emotions and uncomfortable emotions should not have space or room and should not be expressed and whatever. But that's the thing, if we can use every emotion for the higher purpose,
As fuel.
it doesn't, as fuel and for improvement, for liberation, for ascension, it doesn't matter which emotion you feel, because you will always be the alchemist and transform it into something good,
Intention is everything.
Exactly, the intention. And in this society right now, where we embrace and glorify toxicity
Yeah.
in terms of just this negative energy,
Yeah, we are literally intentionally negative.
Exactly, but that's the thing, because then sometimes that's so funny how the ego sees everything, because if you tell someone to not be this and not be angry, not be sad, not be this and this, they will justify that they feeling that, and they have the right to. But if you don't use anything with it, if you don't make anything out of it, you're just gonna be depressed just being depressed without anything, But if you are consciously feeling this anxiety and consciously feeling this sadness and this fear and whatever it is, just consciously feeling it, you will always know that, this has a bigger purpose, I'm not at that point just for being here and staying here. I'm here because I will ascend, and I'm just being in the darkness to rest and then to shine bright, shine bright like a diamond.
I don't see that promoted within our culture, to use your emotions as fuel to transform yourself out of the ashes. I only see promoted drugs, like fuck your feelings away, make up sex when you've been fighting with your bae. Like, what is this? Like, you're not using any of those emotions as fuel to fulfill like something that is in your higher good, like purpose guided. No, you guys are literally wasting a whole bunch of energy. You guys are moving unintentionally, and you guys are depressed for a reason. I'm sorry to say it. I've been there. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's like a good friend of mine. I was just talking with him last days, and he's just going through some major spiritual awakenings and just going through this transformation and this very, 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 very uncomfortable situations with breaking up with his girlfriend and being lonely because he just separated himself from all his fake friends and stuff. But
sounds like a whole lot of ego deaths required
so
to move on from this.
Yes, and the thing is, if you at that point, at that low level where you are, don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, you're just gonna be in darkness and wandering around, and you're just running circles.
You
and
really get lost
because
in the
you're
darkness.
blind. You don't see anything in darkness,
Yeah.
but you have to look for the light in the darkness, and use the darkness for as long as you're there. But
that's so powerful what you're saying right now.
A lot of people don't have this discernment, because everything is just so.
It's not nuanced, like you said. It's either this or this. It's either I am completely depressed or I'm super ecstatic on drugs. But
Yes.
everything that's in between, I don't want to deal with it.
Nope.
It's too hard to transform all of these different nuanced emotions. It's too hard. Let me not do it.
And
Slow motion this side.
Hey, shout out to Ralph, man. Shout out to Ralph Smart, yo. I know one day we're gonna make a conversation with him, but
Hey,
I'm already shouting out to
Ralph,
him.
thank you for being our mentor because we're really doing this because of you, man. Thank you so much. Your consistency is inspiring. Check our brother out.
Shout out to Ralph Smart, man. Check him out. I'm always a promoter of consciousness. And it's so funny to me because when I see it, I think there's not so many things, but you can do almost everything with consciousness, you know. For example, in this society where we smoke weed a lot and people are taking mushrooms and stuff and awakening and stuff, I see the different approaches to these so-called drugs and medicines and stuff because I saw a reel or a story from someone where he was talking about the legalization of cannabis in Canada was not to help the people relax and expand their vision, but it was right before happened, and and the people should stay lazy and stay at home and don't have this discernment about what's going on, you know. So when I think about how we smoking weed, for example, and we smoking weed like to really expand our consciousness and to connect, and we do it with consciousness, you know,
With intention,
with
rather?
intention. Yes, with
A
intention.
different intention because I also had a phase where I smoked out of laziness. And that really gave me unpleasant results. And it was also during a time where I was definitely severely depressed and not able to see the light. I was really focused on my problems. And then when I smoked, I tried to run away from it initially and calm down from the weed. And also, you hear everywhere it's medicinal, so it will help you. People use it to get healthy and stuff, or like improve their life. But it really, the thing itself won't do anything to you. It's like really just enhancing where you're coming from. So when I'm smoking, when I'm on my phone, I'm like just gonna be on my phone longer. When I'm smoking, when I'm dancing in the mirror, I'm just gonna go deeper and deeper and crazier with the dance and unlock new levels. And that's with anything. Like whatever you're doing, the smoke or like the herb can be used or abused.
Nothing is for free. You know, everything is an energy exchange. That's what I realized because when we were talking, when we were with this initiation from Eisen, he talked about the energy exchange for marijuana, and I realized that because I remember when I gave something or when I received the energy of the marijuana, the energy of this plant within me to gain much higher consciousness and expand, like it's like exercising, you know, to it's like you train your muscle and the muscle hurts a little bit and then it has to rest again. And I realized that when I gain something from it, I have to rest the next day or the day after to feel normal again because it's
Like you're giving
it's
back.
like yeah, it's like a
Giving
hangover.
back time.
Yeah, it's like a hangover kind of type, you know. And when you don't give your body this time to rest, to reset again, because you are being controlled by that entity, you're smoking every single day, multiple times for a period of time. Of course,
Like with any drug.
you're losing energy more and more and more because you're always giving. You're always receiving and giving, but you're not taking anymore. You're not letting your body take energy again to rest from the
You're not giving
normal
anymore.
environment, you know?
You're not giving. When you continue smoking, you keep taking. You keep wanting to take that improved mood of yours. Like smoking to improve your mood. You're just taking and taking and taking to receive a good time. But you don't give back consciously the times where you're going to be low because you smoke too much and you had too much fun. And this reality works in duality, so you will experience both.
And that's with every drug, you know? Like people abuse marijuana, people abuse mushrooms, people abuse ayahuasca, people abuse alcohol, people abuse fitness, people abuse food, people abuse
everything,
everything.
shopping,
Everything. You can abuse
consumption,
everything.
like any consumption, also online consumption,
Yes.
porn addiction.
Yes.
Let's not go there today.
Porn addiction is real, man. Like,
That's like a hijack. That's like a strong virus on humanity that got hijacked into this
it's a crazy
system.
virus, man. Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing, because everything is so interconnected. You know, everything is connected. The primal brain has this deep programming within itself that it have to procreate, you know, and this procreation,
to mate, like the way they do it, like in the animal kingdom, like the birds, the males doing their dances with their feathers and shit. They gotta look pretty for the girls, but in this realm, for some reason, the men don't even have to take care of women anymore or whatever. Like
that's the thing. When
hijack,
when you break it down all to the end, it's just really about receiving love and being alive, you know.
But what are you giving?
That's the program of everything. But
what are you giving is gonna determine the love you're getting. Oof. Slow motion this.
Preach. And if you are not programmed to receive real love and give yourself...
That's also a program that I had to program myself into when I met you. I was like, I'm programmed for the toxic man. Meeting him, I'm like, whoa, this is gonna take some ego deaths for me to move forward with him. And like, love that for me though.
And you said it, like, due to the traumas that we experienced in our childhood, we are programmed to be attracted to toxic men, toxic women, toxic behaviors, because we either receive these toxic habits in childhood and have this connection to them and think that is the part of love that we should receive, you know, because we only know this kind of love.
You are definitely, as a kid, always trying to get love out of things. So whatever you give in, you're trying to love it. Like literally, you only know love as a kid. And that's very hard to understand for us. But this love is really the deepest essence that activates all these primal instincts in the first place. A baby cries in the middle of the night because its instinct is telling them they need to see if they're still part of the group, if they're still loved. That's why they need to feel their parents at all times.
And what you're saying, they're doing these cry trainings or stuff, this crazy thing, man. That's so like,
many generations, it was normal to do cry trainings on babies, where it was like, the more you leave a baby alone, the less it will cry. But that's simply because the baby loses its energy to cry, and also the program notices when you cry, nothing is happening. So this is not getting you anywhere. You just stop. Like the ego comes in, the protection mechanism. Next thing you know is that's gonna grow into a human being that is unable to express emotions.
And that's how you see it. Everything is programming, and everything starts way back then. But a lot of programming comes from this lifetime, you know. There's deep programming that comes from other lifetimes, but the program from this lifetime is so important, and people are not able to discern that, you know, to see that, this comes from something that is programmed within me, and that is not healthy for me, that is not beneficial for me, that is not.
But how do you know? How do you know?
You really just have to see, is this causing life in me or is this causing death in me? Like, that's simple as that, you know. When I have a behavior that always pushes everyone from me away. And
is it building or is it destructing?
Yes. And the funny thing is, sometimes the angel and the devil, they seem so similar. They look so similar, you know?
I think you also mistake them.
Yeah.
Because after all, the angel is trying
to... The devil will lie to you.
Yeah, the devil
will say,
is
hey,
like,
you look good today, man.
Come on, what you
look
got
good.
going
hey,
on
you want to buy another one?
Come on,
you
come
need
on
another
to
one.
my side. Don't listen to him. Don't listen. The other one is telling you some bullshit. The angel is like, oh my God, you know damn well I will beat your ass.
The angel is like, yo, you look
You better look
unhealthy.
You better look into the mirror right now.
Go into the gym, do some physical exercise,
Yeah.
eat healthy, do this and this. You're not healthy, and people be like, how dare you
What
call
the
that? How
fuck?
dare you call me this?
You call me fat? Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna listen to this motherfucker.
Yeah, that's the
The
society.
devil is like, yeah, you damn right. Come on, let's
Hey.
get some McDonald's.
Blessings to all the people out there, because
Yeah, bless them, 'cause-
everyone has their own pace, you know. But I want to say something. But the society in which we live in, that's what I'm saying. The society in which we live in is glorifying traumas, is glorifying everything that is not beneficial for yourself.
Devilish activities.
People on one side, you can say that, wow, everyone is being portrayed, the self-love is being portrayed everywhere, because there's models who are more...
We got diversity now.
Yeah, we got diversity in everything, you know, and that is a beautiful thing because everyone is seen. But on the other side, everyone is in the victim mentality.
Yeah. Why do you need everyone need validation?
Everyone is thinking that just because they love themselves, they can be the way they are. But love and acceptance is the combination of the duality.
Ooh, also,
you know?
love is also knowing who you cannot be.
Exactly. If you really love yourself, you see yourself and accept yourself for the way you are right now, but you also see the vision and see the goal where you have to go to get to your highest potential, because you can love and accept yourself the way you look. For example, you are so-called fat or obese or whatever, you know, you can accept it, but you can still say, yo, I'm destined to be healthy. I know that this is not a healthy state. I am the way I am right now because maybe something happened in the past, because
Acceptance.
because something just happened. It happened like that. I ate a lot. It's okay. We all do mistakes, but you can also say that, yo, I know that I can be this wonderful and marvelous and healthy person, a healthy being who don't be this version, because I, for myself, know that the version that I am in right now is the lowest version that will ever exist, because from this on I will only ascend higher. But this is also the highest version to exist when I look in the past, you know. The only way is up.
Yeah, what I think you're saying there is also that self-love does not mean diversity. Diversity is a part of self-love, you know, but it's not everything of it. Because self-love also includes acceptance, like I said, for what you cannot be. And that means sometimes you cannot be unhealthy for your vision. You cannot be desperate all the time. You cannot be fighting with people to be this version. So sometimes out of love, we gotta accept, okay, what we are doing, we can't do anymore to level up now. So when we have acceptance for what happened, then only then can we really level up. Only when we have accepted our past problems that have led to this moment, only then we can start working success-oriented. We cannot work success-oriented when we're caught up in our feelings. We really got to resolve what has been going on by accepting it and loving on it. Can you look into the mirror and say you love yourself? Really a practice I recommend everyone, because it can feel so hard. It can feel so crazy, but still the act of looking in the mirror and telling yourself you love yourself can really redirect your path, because you understand you're worthy in this vessel. This soul is still worthy after all that happened. You can still reprogram, you can still redirect. That's self-love. And self-love is also discernment for what is not for you. Sometimes we really gotta make space first to see what's for us. We cannot receive all the time. We also gotta give.
I think that's really the reason why the majority of people is not able to go on to the next level, to level up, because if you... We talked about it these other days. It's not really about what you do, because no one is perfect, you know. No one lives a perfect life. Like, everyone does mistakes, or everyone, eat sugar. or
Everybody is collecting
whatever.
their experiences.
Yeah, like it's not about being a perfect version, but it's about going towards perfection, because perfection is infinite, you know. There's no goal to it. The journey is the goal itself. And
Perfection is present.
yes,
Wholeness.
the present moment, like to be here all the time, that's the perfection. And when
Yeah.
I think about people are always fighting themselves, you know, they never accept themselves. People know exactly either consciously or subconsciously, but they know that the things they are doing are not good. That's an unconscious behavior that is not healthy, that is not powerful, that is not wonderful. People be smoking cigarettes. Nobody smokes cigarettes and thinks that that's a good thing, you know. People be drinking alcohol. They know that they're doing something bad for themselves, but they're like,
They're willing to do it because of their ignorance.
yes. And the people who really accept themselves and really accept, like, yo, I know that
I just
I
haven't
want to-
gotten titty from my mom as a kid.
yeah, like if
That's
you,
why I need to suck on something all the time now.
that's the thing. Once you're conscious about it, once you really know, you know that is not forever. You know. Once I realized that, okay,
Hack,
my
life.
my overeating behavior
Keys.
is not something that serves me, I started the journey to heal myself from that. You know, and
You
it takes time.
understood it has a timeline
Exactly.
and it has an end.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, only through realizing that only through this awareness, I realized that, yo, I will work on it. I don't know if it takes 5 years, 10 years, 2 years. Like, it takes time. Everything takes time. It's not about rushing and trying to heal yourself in 1 week and be free of everything. No, there's levels to the shit, you know? But there comes the real acceptance and the real self-love, because when now at this point I want to do something that I know is bad for me, I consciously choose it, you know. I say that, okay,
You
I have
own
the
it.
choice.
You own it.
Your
choice.
I can say, like, I want to do this,
You
or I don't want
stand
to
on
do
your
it.
you
It's-
stand on your choice.
Exactly. Nothing is controlling me. There's no behavior that is being so deep programmed within me. I just have this flexibility to choose at every situation how I want to react, what I want to do, how I want to be, you know. And there are many different varieties or opportunities or doors at that moment. For example, something triggers me. I don't immediately shout and just whatever, like being under control from another entity. I'm like, okay, at this moment, I can be angry, I can be compassionate, I can be like this and this. Like, I consciously choose how to be, because sometimes we need to be angry, you know? Sometimes we have to be like, yo, stop this. Like, to give the energy
You are
that...
consciously angry.
Exactly. And sometimes it's just like, yo, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care
You're
about
not
that deep enough.
uncontrollably angry like two car drivers who are fighting over a street. They are so uncontrollably angry.
Please tell the story, man.
Yeah, so it's really common phenomena that people, they take the street, like who drives first, car
Driver ego
drivers.
is so funny.
And they will get out the car ready to like beat each other's asses. Like they will fight on the street over who should have taken the street first. And yeah, that's just a perfect prime example for being controlled by your emotions. They are not consciously wanting to act like fucking monkeys.
Because if I had the choice at that situation to get angry or to just
move
fuck
on
off,
and
to
let
just
them
move
go.
on, because why should I put so much at, like, we saw these dudes, there were 2 dudes who were on the street.
I was standing and watching because I wanted to experience this deep level of rage that I haven't expressed myself in a while. I was like, let me have my part in this.
They were so angry for nothing, and
They were so loud. They were shouting.
yeah.
I was like, wow.
And then I realized, like,
Wide
yo,
experience.
they are only like that because they have so much suppressed and repressed anger within them, because no human being in the world would flip out like that just because someone just parked in front of something, you know?
Over such a
like,
little
it's such a belittle nothing, you know? But they were willing to fight, man. Like, go in the cage.
The ring was open.
The cage. There was like UFC. They almost called like I forgot the name, but
Jesus
still.
Christ, I was
Hey.
praying for both of them.
That's the thing, man. Like people
Wow.
out there being controlled by so many
Bless
entities.
their souls, bless their hearts. Like their hearts are so damaged.
Response flexibility is the term, man. If you don't have response flexibility, you're just gonna run on a program. And if I'm slick enough, I will program you to act like that because I know how to push the buttons. You know, like I know. Okay, I press
Yep.
XX square, and you just flip out and get out of the way, and I can just do whatever I want or buy my stuff or whatever. You know, that's the thing. That's how the people being controlled nowadays. It's through
You're
their
just an
emotions.
observer. You are just being an observer of your emotions. That's the response flexibility. You
And then
observe the emotion, you feel it. You're like, wow, this really sucks. This was like a punch in my belly.
And you also observe the situation, no?
Yeah.
You observe yourself.
Why did it happen?
And what should I do right now?
Yep. How should
how
I
should
move
I act?
on?
Yeah.
Literally the emotion just being a guide.
Exactly. That's what I realized, even between us, you know, at this point, I realized that, okay, I am free, you know. I can express everything, but I don't always have to.
I
don't
love
always
that you
have
feel
to.
that with me.
You know how it feels like? You know that you can say something, but you don't always have to. Sometimes you don't. You just
Yeah, I had to
you
learn
move
that
on.
shit.
Sometimes
Oh
you
my
move on, but
God.
sometimes you be like, yo, stop.
Yeah.
Or yo, you should do this. I don't like this. Whatever. Like, it's not
Could
that
you
I
please
have
do this, you
yeah.
mean?
And then when you consciously choose an emotion, you also see the energy, because I see energies in people, man. I see the energy in people when I see them that they have control or they're being controlled, because most of the people are triggered and they be like, yeah, you know?
Yeah, and afterwards they also don't stand on what happened because they know subconsciously that wasn't them.
Yes.
They were
yes,
controlled by
yes.
it.
And I see that in people, and when you say them like, yo, why do you act like that? They feel offended. And it's not about that.
That wasn't me.
It's not about that you're not allowed
That
to.
was the devil.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like you're not allowed to say something, but it's just the energy behind it. It's like, yo, you can say it like, hey, I don't like this. Could you please stop? Or you'll be like, why the fuck did you do this to me? Like,
Wow.
you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
It's not
yeah.
about what you do, it's about the intention behind it. And often people feel that shift in energy and they are also not able. It's like a ball. I pass the ball to you and you pass it back. Instead of I just move to the side, be like, yo, you can fight with yourself. Like I'm protect. This is my energy boundary, you know? I don't let anyone shout at me. I don't let anyone punch me in the face or whatever.
Absolutely, it works. And I've been moving different since I have this knowledge. Is that you really create your energy, you really create your reality, because every energy around you will respond to your energy. So when you're telling someone with your energy you cannot be fucked with, they won't fuck with you because they know subconsciously. That's really where you the moment where you become Neo.
Exactly.
Because you're like, okay, like what I'm doing.
The agents are shooting and you was like,
Yeah, what I'm doing, the energy is responding to it. So when the agents are shooting and I'm like, all of a sudden I can do this.
These are the first
Sometimes
steps.
they go like,
Yeah, you get a scratch from it.
but you continue.
It's like the two scenes. I told you. Remember when we watched Matrix? I was like, "Yo, I'm at this point right now where I'm sliding from the bullets, but sometimes they still catch me." And in the end, like right now, where I am right now is like the end scene where I'm just like, "Stop," and they all just fall down. You know the end scene where you just like, no.
Yeah, that's
There's
how
no
you know,
way.
like the energy is reaching far now.
Yeah.
Like not even the person in front of you matters, but the 10 and 20 events that happened before it will determine the outcome that I would desire in this exact moment. I'm like, I want to receive some flowers today. Oh, thank you for the flowers.
There comes the art of manifestation, man.
Yeah.
Like when you create your reality, you manifest, man. You manifest, and
Yeah, you will manifest what you are. You will manifest the energy that you embody. That is the energy you attract. I hope we could really explain it like in an understandable way. If you guys could follow, please let us know.
of course. Hey, let us know if you.
I know you guys want to hear about manifestation next.
Let us know
How we're doing.
what you want us to talk about. But I think this was a very powerful episode and also a very funny
Yes.
episode.
I enjoyed myself. New setup. Let us know what you think. Also, like I said, my last episode being 24, feeling sentimental about turning 25
Hey,
soon.
the game is just starting, man. The game is just starting.
I feel like now it's like really fighting.
Hey, to everyone out there who's in their 20s and living right now,
I have really conquered all of you hoes that been in my way. And now I'm really ready
tamed all the
to
dragons.
build. I'm
Ta-
gonna build now on this pure, solid, loving foundation. And y'all are not invited because you know damn well if you're not matching the energy, it's not gonna happen for you.
That's so funny, man, because we were talking about like toxicity in this culture. And you can even the difference is judging and discernment, you know? You know the German word for discernment is German has the crazy words, man, the most
Yeah,
crazy words.
I know it.
Urteilsvermögen.
No, I didn't know that.
The German
Whatever
word
the fuck that means. Can you please explain?
the German word for discernment is Urteilsvermögen and judge
Ah, okay. You was talking with the Bayerisch. That was crazy.
and judgment is like richten, you know? And the difference is if I observe,
Judging.
for example, I observe this cup right now and I have discernment about what is happening there. I say that this glass is more empty than full, you know, for example. But if I'm judging, I would say like, this motherfucking looking ass low ass glass is empty. I'm saying that I'm judging, you know?
Judging is the evil version of discernment.
Exactly, the unbalanced version, because that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You can say like, yo,
Discernment is like judging in a good way. This is not good for you.
just seeing, you know?
Yeah, observing.
The same way we are observing and seeing that, yo, there are people who don't match our frequency. We're not saying that these are less human beings.
Yeah,
These are
or they're worse than us.
they're
or
worse
they're
or
not
something,
good
but
like
it's just
us. Whatever.
frequency and energy has to resonate.
I
If
can't.
it's not resonate, it's
Yeah, I'm just discerning that you're not a match, and I still wish you well. And I can't tell that to people because they're gonna be offended. So I'm just gonna head out most of the times.
and when people
I wish I could tell people like transparently, like we're not matching.
think they know.
They know because I speak with my face.
No, the thing is when yeah, that's for sure. When I look at myself and just observe my past, you know, how I acted or perceived other people who were more embodying their brightest and lightest and greatest version, I felt intimidated. I felt because I knew that our
you're not
frequency was not
matching.
matching, you know. Sometimes I was judging them because I was like, yo, does he think he's better than me or whatever? But sometimes I was also like, yo, I was inspired by them, you know. I was like, yo, this motherfucker is really confident. I also want to be confident like that. That's like discerning, you know, because I see that we are not on the same frequency, but I know that
You
I
use
can
that
be there too.
energy.
Exactly. And some people are like, because I don't always, at this point, like we're saying, we're protecting ourselves. We don't give everyone the hand, or we're not hugging everyone, because sometimes like, yo, I don't want to.
I know too much about y'all.
Yeah, we're seeing
Damn.
too much, you know? And that's not saying like
I'm
we're
like,
better.
I can see you don't wash your hands after you wiped your ass.
Why you do
you
these people like that, man? I don't say that. So somebody's like, "Hi, Queen Maniac."
I'm like,
You're like, you don't wash your hands after going to the toilet, man. Sorry.
Nah, like, and even if they did, it's like you give off a vibe that you don't, you know?
Yeah. It's just about everything's about energy, man.
Yeah.
Energy speaks.
Yeah.
Energy speaks. You know, words
I'm
don't
not
speak.
holding no hand of someone who don't wash their hands after shitting.
Words don't speak, man. Words are just empty vessels. You know.
Yes.
Words are empty vessels.
They
It's
are
the energy you put
containers
into it.
for energy.
Exactly. I can say like, fuck you. Fuck you. Or fuck you, I hate you. You know, it's 2 different energies.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The word fucking can be said in many different contexts. That's why it's perfect example for it's not about what you say, it's how you say it.
It's about the energy.
Yeah, the intention. With the intention, you really set the energy. So if my intention is to follow my vision and my vision is to live on an island one day, okay, I have already opened that container of information.
That's our container.
Yeah, we're looking at our vision board right now. Like I literally manifested it already in a form of the paper and stickers and everything.
Guys, we even have a second microphone, man.
Yeah.
We're leveling up every single day.
Like
Let's go.
when I look at my vision board, I see podcast microphones. And like now we're sitting here with a second one.
We are.
Can we get a handshake on that? Like
Can I get a hello there?
yeah, we're really master manifestors. And yeah, working with the energy. Basically, that we are experiencing based on our own frequency. If I said that right, I don't know. But yeah, like I have this vision in my head and then I speak it out, I print it out, whatever I do, I just send it out into the universe and then I align with the energy. I'm like, wow, I'm so happy. Like I wake up and I'm so happy that this is my life, you know? It's not happening yet, but it will happen one day because I'm working towards it. That's amazing. Like I'm fucking grateful. And grateful is a magnet for miracles. Next thing you know, oh my gosh, you won the lottery. And you can
The
start that
lottery
dream
of life.
tomorrow. Yes, some connections walk along who will open doors for you. Yeah. You can be who you want to be. That's all we want to say with that.
Guys,
So be careful with what you intend for.
be grateful, man. Be grateful every single day. Be grateful for life. Be grateful for this podcast. Be grateful for this
Yeah, the time we spend.
time, man. This life we're living, the opportunities,
Thank you for the space we share,
the journey, the communication, the love,
the expression,
the
the freedom,
experience. Yes.
the presence.
Yes. The bandwidth.
Yeah.
I love this word. The
Give
bandwidth of
thanks.
emotions and
Yeah.
life, you know, because there's so much.
Yeah.
There's so much. Even the
You love them emotions, right?
hey, I'm
It's
falling in
giving
love with them.
Scorpio, Venus.
Because like at this point, hey, when I
I love to see your growth. You
back
have
then,
come so far.
back then I couldn't handle all the emotions.
I always
you know?
knew this was you. I see so many new versions of you, and I'm like, I always knew this is you, even though I only now experience it because it's all you. It's all authentic. It all has been written, you know? You get what I'm saying?
Yes. Yesterday I made a story about it, man. I said like, when you're at the point where you're really authentic, everything you do is authentic, you know? It's not about what you do, it's just about you're giving yourself 100%. I wrote down the other days, I am the best at being me. Nobody else can be me the same as I can be me, you know?
Yeah.
People are trying to be somebody else, but if you master to be yourself, then you master this game. Because
Yes.
you're being yourself with everything you do.
It takes so much to arrive home to yourself. So many
Doors.
ego deaths, unlearning
pain.
habits, facing emotions, traumas, patterns. It's a journey and it is allowed to be embraced as such. The journey home to the self is so precious and it never ends. It never ends. Like you can go infinitely deep into the self.
Exactly. Everything's infinite, man. And this infinity, I think
We're gonna close off because can't give away too much too soon because
podcast's going to be infinite.
yeah, we have many We have infinite other opportunities to keep talking.
But hey, Queen Lizomaniac,
I hope you guys enjoyed the gems that been shared today.
what are you giving the people? What are your last words for the people about today's topic?
Yeah, I just want you guys to have your own discernment while listening to this conversation and taking what resonates and leaving what doesn't. And view this as an opportunity to train yourself, your sense of self a bit. Keep your heart open always, and if it's closed, work towards opening it. Be courageous to embark the quest towards the self, and promise yourself, trust in yourself that you have everything within yourself. You have all the resources it takes to arrive home to the self. And there you will find out so much about yourself. And this information will tell you everything that you need to do to continue this journey. There is a win-win.
That was very, very, very wonderful and heart connecting and just deep. It's just truth. That was just truth. There was no reality. That was just truth.
Thank you.
So bless, man.
Bless.
Thanks everyone for watching.
Peace, love, and power to the people always.
Blessings to y'all.
And see you in the next one.
Connect. Spread.
Yeah.
Like.
Give love, give back.
Yes, like, comment, share. Spread the message.
Yes.
Contact
Leave
us.
a comment of love and appreciation to match the energy.
Yes. Always stay in gratitude. Gratitude. Much love, guys.
Thank
See y'all
you.
next time. Thank you, Lizomaniac.
Thank you,
It
King.
was a pleasure as always
Absolutely.
to witness her beauty.
Delightful.
Look at this, man. She looks like a holy one.
Thank you.
Legend.
You too, though. I really like the shirt you chose
I'm
today.
a teacher outfit.
With them sacred geometries.
Blessings to y'all, guys. Two
Peace
blessings.
out.